Are you struggling with knowing where to start with frugal living? Or maybe you used to live frugally and you've kind of fallen off the wagon, you'd like to get back on? Well, I'm here to help. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 very simple tips so that you can get started or get right back to the frugal living that you used to love so much. And stick around to the end where I tell you how I have applied each of these 3 tips in my own life. Hello and welcome to Frugal Over 50. I'm Amy and I'm so glad that you're here. Here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal minimal living, all tested by me. If you're here for the very first time, welcome. If you're here because you come back on every video, welcome back. If you are new, I hope that you'll click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a like. Let's get started right away with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is very simple, but also a little bit difficult. It's find your why. Your why is your reason. Why do you want to live frugally? If you're like me, you're a woman of a certain age, you may want to live frugally for different reasons than you wanted to live frugally when you were younger. You may have just gone through a divorce. You may have suffered job loss, which is a big thing for women in our 50s, no matter what else is going on in the world. And you may have kids in college. You may have elderly relatives you're taking care of. There may be all sorts of reasons why frugal living would be a really good idea for you. And this is true at any age. But it's important that you discover, identify, and I'm going to give this to you, write down your why. Why do you want to live frugally? What is it that is driving you to think, I have to live frugally. I have to start now. If you feel comfortable, share a little bit about your why down in the comments. Why do you want to live frugally? Why does it matter so much to you? Tip number 2 is something that you may have thought of, but I want to put it into words for you. Look for a non-buying solution to any problem that you have. Now, this is a strange thing to say on YouTube where everybody's trying to sell you everything all the time, but I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying to you here. Look for a non-buying solution. If you are bored, find something to do that's free. If you are anxious, try meditation, try talking to people you care about, try seeking extra medical help if your anxiety is really bad. Do you need to actually physically change something in your house, in your living space, in your car? Well, reconfigure. Look at what you have that you can use as a resource and change things based on what you have right now that you can change things with. Basically, make buying a very last resort. Tip number 3, this is going to feel like it's coming out of left field, but I promise you it's so important. Get more rest. That's right, let me say it again. Get more rest. If you are embarking on a frugal journey because you have just thought, oh my gosh, I have to do this right now, I have to do this right now, you may be in a state of minor panic or maybe major panic. There may be anxiety, there may be things that need to be done right away, and you need more rest. You cannot make good decisions when you are in crisis. If you are in the sort of crisis that requires a life and death decision right now, then please go ahead and make it. But otherwise, get more rest. Make sleep a priority. Make restful sitting down and being silent a priority. Make exercise a priority. Doesn't seem like that's part of rest, but it really is, because if your body is exercised, then it will rest better. Make rest a priority. Have you ever noticed that as soon as you get tired, you start to want to buy more things? Maybe because your resistance is down, or because you're sadder or more anxious and everything that's bad in the world seems to have gotten worse just because you're tired. Get more rest. Doesn't cost you anything except your time, and it saves you lots and lots of money. I test each of these tips that I share with you in my life personally as a woman over 50. So let me talk to you about how I tested each of these in my own life. Tip number 1, I found my why about 5 years ago when I realized that I was not yet 50 and I wanted to quit my job. And I didn't know that it was possible to live frugally enough to have the confidence to change my life. I didn't end up quitting my job, but because I decided to be frugal and I made a concerted effort to learn what frugality meant for me and just across the board, what is it to be frugal, I was able to make significant changes within the job that I have right now, and I've been able to make significant changes outside of my job so that I could save more money and live better as a frugal person. In tip number 2, looking for a non-buying solution, here's something that happened recently. One of my daughters has gotten really into gardening, houseplants, and we needed a space for her to work. Well, it looks like you'd need to build on a greenhouse or something. No. I cleaned out one corner of my garage, which had a big stack of paint cans and all kinds of other junk and spiders and all sorts of things. Cleared it out completely, and now it's a little gardening shed right in the garage. A completely non-buying solution. When it comes to tip number 3, getting rest, I have to say this is a work in progress, but I can tell you that every time I decide that I need to buy something on Amazon late at night, I have made a rule that I am not allowed to even go to Amazon. I have to go to bed. And then I can look at it again the next day, and 99.99% of the time, A, I have forgotten what I wanted to get so badly, and B, I don't need it. I hope that you have found this video helpful and informative. If you have, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and then click the notification bell so that you'll be notified first of new videos. Are you looking for more? Watch the last video that I did on practical tips for getting started in living minimally, because minimalism and frugality, they can and they do go hand in hand, and that's what we're all about here at Frugal Over 50. I look forward to seeing you next time.